Hi everyone and welcome back. This is Sky coming on to talk to you about the All Planets Direct phase that we're having here in 2024. As I'm coming to you today, we have been in All Planets Direct for exactly a month. It's a very long phase of All Planets Direct that we're having this year. It's our only All Planets Direct phase happening from January 28th, 2024 until April 1st, 2024. So we've gotten quite a ways through this All Planets Direct phase already, and I figured I would go ahead and come on and make a video about this, even though I'm a little bit late to this one, because we still have a full month of no retrograde. That's what All Planets Direct means in astrology, is there are no planets moving in retrograde motion. And this is a really important pivotal time in most of our lives, as we have the kickoff of Dragon Year having happened during All Planets Direct this year. The Lunar New Year happened on February 10th, and we are definitely seeing some major distance being covered. You can definitely check out my video, Dragon Year 2024, as well as the March 2024 Comprehensive Astrology, to get some more insight on the overarching energy of this time. But I wanted to talk about the importance of this particular All Planets Direct, because the energy that is also happening during this one takes it to a level that almost make it more linear and more direct in nature than usual. First of all, this All Planets Direct is happening during an eclipse season. It's happening during a Dragon Year. It's happening, obviously, during the cusp of Pisces and Aries. Which, of course, is a kind of a similar energy to the aforementioned ones, as we have a movement from the more passive, ending energy of finality Pisces to the action-oriented, new breath, new birth energy of Aries. We have one of the most historic total solar eclipses coming on April 8th, which is right after the All Planets Direct phase ends. But of course, we have a lunar eclipse coming on March 25th, I believe it is. So we do get a powerful lunar eclipse that connects to the historic total solar eclipse coming, all during this no retrograde phase. So I'm just going to open up to bringing through some information about collective heaviness and undoing certain obstacles that we have on our path right now, crossing certain thresholds, crossing certain hurdles that have been preventing us. Because I feel like this is the main point of the 2024 All Planets Direct phase, is like no longer having certain obstacles anymore, no longer having certain things that are losing you sleep. There's a major turnover happening here, and a major invitation also, I feel, to step into your own power and get certain things off of your plate, or finally overcome certain long-running obstacles. So the first two words that came to me as I was meditating on this timeline were release and exchange. So we have a extremely potent Pisces season with which we have All Planets Direct throughout. Major Pisces stelliums happening, 7 planets altogether throughout the entire month. Also, we of course have had All Planets Direct during the major change to Pluto in Aquarius. So it's a major working out of the previous stagnation that we're currently going through here. And I think that everybody can feel it at such a deep level. I've been sensing a lot of frustration for people about having to be in the same place or having to experience continuity. Continuity has been a burden for a lot of people during this time, because there is a very macrocosmic force pushing us towards release, exchange, and unburdening. This can, of course, channel in positive or negative ways. I will say there has been a major increase of addiction, a major increase of divorce, breakup, disharmony, and a lot of things that are certainly associated with negative movements. And this is going to actually reach a new inflection point throughout the entirety of this All Planets Direct, so that we can't rationalize or normalize points of distress or disharmony in our lives. So that's something that I'll tell you guys about this All Planets Direct happening in this timeline, is we won't be able to rationalize it. We won't be able to normalize problems. We won't be able to keep silent on certain things. We won't be able to forget through some type of imposed or forced tranquility the problems that are actually in front of us. So facing problems is very important here. I've felt a major energy of quitting, during this time. I'm seeing a lot of people quit jobs. I'm seeing a lot of people rebrand, transition, undo. Also, I'm seeing a lot of people quit anything in their life. So breakups, I'm seeing a lot of addiction quitting, which is wonderful. But I'm also seeing that people are wanting more adventure and are wanting to begin experiencing territories, components, aspects that are unfamiliar to them. The applying conjunction of Uranus and Jupiter also support this as well in Taurus, because there's something that's been steady for a long time. There's something that's grown in prosperity. And now a lot of people are wanting to experience a different face of that, with Uranus being placed there as well. We're in a major Aquarian time, with Uranus and Taurus, of course, the natural ruler of Aquarius, and Pluto being in Aquarius as well. We had big Aquarius stelliums in February, and that's transitioned into Pisces, and then we'll transition into Aries as well as we move up towards a major inflection point, a major denouement, coming during the eclipse season of 2024. And that's kind of what I'm seeing this all planets direct lead us towards, is an inflection point or a climax in our own personal development. So some people will throw the hands up here and say, I quit, I'm leaving this area, I'll never come back, I'll never be introduced into this community again, I will never be known. So there's a kind of ghosting energy also happening here. So if you're in the dating pool, it does not have to just be in the dating pool either. It can happen in friendships, it can happen in family relationships, it can happen any way that you can imagine. I'm seeing the energy of ghosting, and I'm seeing also people projecting their power or projecting their presence during this time to where this really makes it realistic. It's okay, this person ghosted me, but I still really feel their energy around. It is a wonderful time to address things like this. So let's talk major psychic ethereal stuff here, as this all planets direct is happening during huge Pisces stelliums. So we're going to detach a little bit from the mundane material and get really psychic here. Okay, so if you've had a breakup or a loss, whether recent or long running, and you still feel that person's presence in your life, it's because they're projecting that energy onto you. And this has to be accounted for and faced during this time. Perhaps they do it consciously, perhaps it's unconscious, perhaps there's rage or anger or, guilt or shame, humiliation. All of these pointy emotions lead to projection, even if we don't want to be connected to that person or experience. So on one hand, we can see, okay, I'm feeling someone's presence all the time. I'm feeling someone who's not here, I'm feeling their energy, or I'm having dreams of them, or I'm connecting to them. It's because either you or them have one of these really pointy emotions, and it's activating the connecting point in the bond that you share, regardless of whether you're together or not. And in some cases, I'm seeing this becoming what I almost said was a life or death matter, but it's in a poetic or symbolic way, in the sense that these projections can really get us off track. They can really skew our paths. They can be confusing. And I'm seeing some people have already done a really good job and have totally overcome this, or have totally gotten ahead of these projection crises. I know just a lot of people in this audience have had really traumatic relationships, narcissistic abuse, all kinds of emotional challenges in relationships. And I would see a point of transformation during this time, especially during the Pisces season, as you might start to release habits or aspects of you, hobbies, joys, things that you used to do with people who are no longer in your life. And that could also cause this ghosting effect to release. You could see that, for example, you have a game that you've played with an ex, and you keep playing the game even after the person leaves your life. But this can kind of reactivate the psychological muscle memory around that person. So I recommend against this type of thing during this time. Anything, so say that you have anything in your life, whether this has been a breakup or a job that you've lost, or anything that you felt was a major loss in your life. Now is a good time, especially if this has been long running and you're out of the sort of immediate grieving process, Now is the time to exchange things that are reminiscent of ghosts of the past with new things. Okay, this is the best thing for this All Planets Direct 2024 is exchanging old, outworn connecting points that are reminiscent of things that are no longer here with new things. So this can happen at a lot of different levels. For some people, moving is like the best way, entering into new territories, but it doesn't have to be that either. That can be kind of extreme. I really think that one of the best ways to facilitate this type of exchange, to facilitate this type of healing, is to explore, okay, and to experience new types of territory or new things, even in older spaces. So yeah, All Planets Direct 2024, great time to sign up for a new degree program, to sign up for a new job, to enter into some type of new creative project or new passion, because we've got to start activating different parts of the brain here, or different parts of the psyche. Really, I want to say even more than the brain. It's more like different parts of the psyche. Because what I'm seeing, you guys, psychically myself, is I'm seeing the collective psyche, and I'm seeing that there are certain elements of it that are way overburdened, and other parts are like atrophying. Don't let this freak you out. But like, it's almost like, say, for example, if you're an athlete and you're only working that one muscle group and none other, like the body gets imbalanced, right? And also you start to get like stress injuries on the part that you're always working out. But you also start to really identify with that part that you're always working out because it's getting so much energy into it, and you become very like reliant and dependent on the strong part of the body. I'm seeing this at a psychic level. So I'm seeing that we have certain coping mechanisms, we have certain ideologies, and we have certain dreamscapes that are very activated, very conscious, and constantly thought about, kind of obsessively thought about. And it's leaving mainly a lot of room. How do I explain this? It's not like a lot of room for secrecy. It's not a lot of room for hidden things, but there's a lot not seen, okay? There's a lot of unseen movement right now. There's a lot of unseen. Also, you know, it's almost like an irrigation system or a plumbing system in a house or in a city. You don't see it, okay? But it's doing a lot, and a lot is moving. So I'm definitely thinking of things like that as well, like the unseen movements. And for the purpose of this message, I'm thinking at more of a level of psyche. So it's like there's a lot of processing happening right now, and maybe we don't see exactly what's going on because we're too tied to like a negative loop of burdening a very specific controlled component of what we understand. Do you get what I mean? I feel this so strongly lately. And we're going to be really challenged in the 2024 year cycle. Like, guys, by the time we come to the end of this year cycle, we're going to have been forced in some way to start to connect with different parts of our psyche, with different parts of who we are, perhaps with different parts of our body. And it can happen because of a lot of reasons, but it's going to happen. So we might as well put one foot in front of the other during All Planets Direct, because that's a more positive time to grow new things. Okay, so a great way to channel this energy is growing new plants. So you've always grown roses. Now maybe you start to grow irises, I don't know, or chrysanthemums. You know, it's like starting to hone different seeds, starting to experiment. But what's hard about it is we get to be a baby. You know what I mean? We get to be like, well, I've never grown chrysanthemums before, and I'm so good at growing roses, and I know exactly how to tend to them and exactly what type of environment they need. But here I am having to get on Google, or having to get into like almanacs, or I'm having to like have trial and error, and some of them are dying and some of them are thriving, and I don't understand. So there's that feeling that a lot of us are so scared of during this time, is like lack of expertise or lack of knowledge, or being seen as someone who like doesn't just like know it all. But this is actually not the worst time for it. But it's kind of hard during Dragon Year. We want that feeling of like mastery and knowledge. But I think that stepping into new things, learning new things, is a wonderful sign of mastery that goes really unappreciated by a lot of people. So it's kind of like an ego situation where people are scared to be new or scared to go out on a limb. And that is a part of this year. What would you like to go out on a limb with? What would you like to delve into for the first time? What types of new seeds would you like to plant in your life? I'm seeing a lot of relief. Okay, I'm just getting a lot of psychic messages right now. Just anything lightening. Okay, so what I mean is I've once carried such a heavy burden. I don't have that burden anymore. Even simpler things like thinner or shorter hair, like just to get more air into, like things that weigh us down less. It can just be very like small body level situations, like lighter clothing. Okay. Less heavy clothing, like more air. Like I'm feeling like we need more air. We're like very heavy right now. It's very like fixed and heavy. Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus, Pluto in Aquarius, and even Pisces can be quite a heavy sign as well, because like water is a very heavy thing. So we're going to move towards, on the other end of this, like into May, like Jupiter in Gemini, and things are going to ultimately start to get a lot lighter. So it's nice to kind of start moving towards lightness. It's nice to move towards efficiency. And try to just take stock here of whatever might be weighing you down and kind of look at that in the context of, through what kinds of overburdening or overpushing or overgassing have I led to create something too heavy and unwieldy in my life? That would be a great journal prompt for this time. There's a lot to unpack there for a lot of people. A lot of us perhaps either in a quest for significance or kind of like a coping type of energy have made things harder than they have to be or more complicated than they have to be, and simplification will get us really far here. And I'm seeing it going as far as unraveling as well, so there could be like a knot that gets undone during this time. Very, very positive. Things are maybe forcibly simplified here, so that could mean the energy of like surgeries, or this is not even just the body either. It could be simplified business structures, or any type of weird succession issues that have been complicated can be like adjudicated now, like very quickly and very suddenly, and really without any ability to change. So I am seeing like through how we cope, especially during the Pisces season, part of this all planets direct is followed by a swift adjudication with the Aries Libra eclipse season that comes after it. And then all of a sudden, by like the 1st of April, or even like as far as mid-April, after that total solar eclipse happens and all planets direct is over, there's like a banging of a gavel, and we have a very different type of paradigm, which has been so needed for most of us for a very long time. So what I'll also say is it's hard to keep putting things off during this all planets direct. I've needed to buy that new car, or I've needed to finally get a house of my own, or I've needed to send that apology, or I've needed to tell somebody how things are for me. Like all of these things that we kind of like put on the back burner. It's like, I just don't want to spend that money, or I just don't want to sit down with that person and talk directly about that issue. It would be quite relieving to do it now. This is Dragon Year. This is a time of expression. This is a time of spending for a lot of people. This is a time of investing in much more solid, much more opportunity-filled capacity. So it does feel a bit harsh or impoverished to me to keep putting these things off, or to keep kind of like holding back the needed changes. And actually, as I was meditating, I got a very profound sense of, this is kind of a change in subject, but it was relating to poverty consciousness, and it was relating to, like, for example, not wanting to spend, not wanting to allow our lifestyle to be appropriate for us. What I heard with that was dollars are replaceable, but we only get one body. So just make sure that you're not like depriving your body in order to save money, for example. We do have to be balanced. There are realities. Also like depriving safety or depriving infrastructural integrity in order to like get ahead financially. Anything like that, we have to maybe begin to rebalance in this all planets direct. Regardless of which planets are where, it's always a good time for big purchases if that's appropriate, or if that is something that you have been planning for. And it's it's the best astrological time to make quite large decisions. Now, we don't want to force it. We don't want to make that resonate if it's not in the queue or on the dock, you know what I mean, on the docket. But yeah, we want to not really delay or delegate what is in queue during this time either, because I do feel that for a lot of people it's high time to basically have some type of movement, destagnating, or obstacle overcoming to prioritize the health of their body. Okay, Wood Dragon, the body really needs to be getting some attention during this time and really needs to be perhaps invested in. I think that's a wonderful note to conclude on for this video, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed the All Planets Direct 2024 insights. Focus on the body, make it stronger. We only get one of these, so yes, let's definitely heal up and get stronger there. All of the March 2024 sign-by-sign readings are on Patreon. I will link that below. It's a great value. It keeps this channel possible, and I also do weekly forecasts over there. Also, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel to get notifications. We have a lot of important eclipse videos going up soon, so definitely turn on those bell notifications and keep subscribed. And I hope you're all doing really well. Have a wonderful time. Bye.